953. You can watch both sides of the story live on the Dervan Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Both Sides 106. Email bothsides106 at live.com. Send your WhatsApp voice notes, audio messages, and text messages to 876-365-3346. Remember, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. So stay with us as we listen to both sides of the story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
He who knows not and knows not that he knows not is a fool. Avoid him. He who knows not and knows that he knows not is a student. Teach him. He who knows and knows not that he knows is asleep. Wake him. He who knows and knows that he knows is a wise man. Follow him. Afternoon. It is Friday, the 11th of October, 2024, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us here on the Jamaican diaspora, live online on Power 106 FM. We never, ever, ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to both sides of the story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 2:15. Parents, improve your child's performance with the Children's Zone, a treasure chest of learning and fun, all in one place. Captivating stories, mind-bending puzzles, amazing discoveries in every subject area, and developmental activities. Each issue of the Children's Zone is the door to endless learning and fun.
The news coming out of Martinique, according to the Gleaner report, Martinique's airport shuts down as violent protesters overrun tarmac and try to break in. And the story goes on to tell us hundreds of passengers are stranded in the French Caribbean island of Martinique after its international airport was forced to shut down as protesters overran the tarmac and tried to break in, according to the airport and local authorities. Since Monday night, Martinique has been gripped by bouts of protests over the high cost of living in that the high cost of living that turned violent, with at least one person killed as demonstrators set fire to a police station, cars, and road barricades, and clashed with officers. According to a statement from the International Airport of Martinique, Aimé Césaire, on Facebook on Thursday night, no departing or arriving flights would be operated until further notice. Earlier on Thursday, protesters overran the tarmac on the airport in the island's capital, Fort-de-France, and tried to force the main entrance where hundreds of passengers had taken shelter, according to videos posted on social media. Police securing the entrance can be seen fending off assaults from the demonstrators and firing what appears to be tear gas in their direction. Three planes carrying some 1,000 passengers had to be diverted to nearby island Guadeloupe on Thursday. So we don't do enough coverage of stories from the smaller, lesser active states in the region. So we're sharing a bit of that with you this afternoon. We trust between the people and the state, the affairs are mending. And if my late mother used to say, take sleep, mark death, because if with the demonstrations of having to do with the price of food and related matters, if that gets any bigger, the world will be in serious trouble. Serious trouble. So let's see how that will all unfold. And we'll do our best to share whatever additional information that comes to hand. In the meantime, good afternoon to those of you joining us, those of you tuning in for the first time. Thank you for making it both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. We're taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. Good afternoon, Michelle Oakley. Thanks for checking in as well. Good to have you on board. And let's see some of the other messages coming in. Velta Wilson says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and listeners. Have a blessed weekend. Same to you, Velta Wilson. Norman Hines is greeting us. Good afternoon, Norman Hines. Cherry Henry says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Have a blessed weekend, everyone. Nicola in Central Jamaica, good afternoon to you too. Thank you very much for your message. Always good to hear from you here on both sides of the story. Poro 106 FM. Mike Montgomery, good afternoon to you too. Is also afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. And checking in, Marcia Rodney. And so we continue with more on your program, both sides of the story, Poro 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Live on your smart devices all over the world. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. Text line 876-365-3346. Here's a call coming through on WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Dervan, suppose I told you that I share on the name with that hurricane.
Milton?
Recently.
Milton?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, thank you for not doing as bad as the other ones.
well, people nowadays is not going to say Milton is really a monster, from way back when his who named them child are them boy picnic as of now, would be saying that I'm not going to name my son Milton, but when my mom gave me that name, she have it as a very beautiful name.
Nothing is wrong with the name.
Yeah. But Dervan,
yes.
What really think is the mandate of the Ministry of Agriculture?
Secure. Focus
should be the mandate.
Focus or built on security, food security. Focus on food security.
And make sure that our country is able to feed its people.
That's right.
And to export the excess.
That's right.
But what we are seeing now is that it is not really like that. Dervan, you ever been to some countryside, especially a place like in St. Thomas? There's a place named Agley's Gap in the hills of St. Thomas. When you go up in that hill, Dervan, your stomach would be sick with the sight of mangoes. And
really?
I'm not talking about the East Indian and the Julian, the table mangoes. I'm speaking about those mango we call bastard and stringy and those mango that we no, so we got school and we stone it. Dervan, the streets in the hill is like a carpet with mango. The donkey don't look at it. The pigs don't look at it. The animal, the goats, the cow, no farmer animal look at it. And I am saying that now, what really
But
should be the mandate,
I tell you something, the plant, the fruit trees themselves, in some respects, don't look at it. You in a schoolyard, you have these trees of what they call it in those shells.
Yeah, shell. Those trees are mostly used as a shelter in Dervan.
Oh,
Yes, on the roadside, miles and miles of them. Yes, you can ask anybody about those mango trees in the hills, and I'm just speaking about St. Thomas. And we have known that St. Thomas have some of the best Julie mangoes and East Indian, but the people in those parish, and they are that thing, Dervan, that once in a lifetime per year Ethiopia apple. It is the same thing, Dervan.
mm-hmm.
It is the same thing. So what I'm saying now, and I'm sending this message out to Raskava, because we have seen recently.
Hold it right there. Hold it at recently, please. We're coming back in just a moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness wishes to advise awardees on the Young Abandoned Memorial Scholarship Program that the deadline to complete their bonding agreement has been extended to Friday, October 18, 2024. Awardees who face challenges meeting the requirements of their bonding agreement are encouraged to call the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service at 876-922-8600 or visit the office at 30 National Hero Circle, Kingston 4. They can also send an email to collett.mccausland@mof.gov.jm.
Continuing with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Thanks for holding. Please continue.
Yeah, and we have seen recently that Raskava has become a gentleman who has been challenging everybody who come on the program and put forward their many suggestions. And I'm saying to Raskava, I feel that you should echo the sentiment about the amount of fruits, especially the mangoes and our Ethiopia apple that is wasting in this country. We should be looking to put the agriculture ministry to task to try and put these two sets of fruits to concentrate, because in every barrel, Dervan, that is imported, are when people go to foreign and pack a barrel, you'll just say them have some big thing in it with something like Kool-Aid. And we are saying that we have the natural fruits out here just wasting.
By the way, is that still around? Is that product still around? The Kool-Aid?
Yes, Dervan is still around, and
Okay.
and where am the next one name? Tang is the next one now that is on the table of many of us on Sundays. We will get the tang in all flavor, in lemonade and orange and sour sap, and it tastes so awful. So if the Ministry of Agriculture and the Scientific Research Council is working for us, the people, these two produce that is so plentiful in the country should not be wasting these mangoes and Ethiopia. Them should harvest it and make concentrate. Instead, we have to drink the whole heap of sugar and water and those stuff and quench it.
Are you a fan of tamarind?
Yeah, and I was just I'm going to say tamarind, you know, it make a lovely juice, and many tamarind trees just right away each season.
Well, on the grounds at 61 Red Hills Road, and you know where that
Only
is, right?
tamarind tree.
And I've never
from
I've
the
ne-
front to the back.
I've never seen those young men stoning the tamarind tree. I'm amazed. Under normal circumstances, the youngsters would try to get these fruits, but I've never seen them doing it, which I find it a little strange, but so it is.
What I feel, you know, where the agriculture ministry is putting the effort in is to put back farmer on their feet when it comes on to drought and hurricane mitigation and water mitigation. But that should be something be in the past, you know, because every year it's the same thing every year, giving away black tanks every year and water and stuff. And trucks going into the farm places, and so what should be happening, you know? These farmers just take the agricultural ministry for a joke because of political gain, because them know say every year, you know, or every season, political season is going to be under time where that be the GLP in officer, the PMP, and then the government would help the farmer to produce the good the farm products, and then when it comes to the market, it is very expensive. So sometimes I'm asking myself, why the government help the farmer? Why?
Well,
Many years ago,
sorry, I just wanted to
yes,
bring to your attention
yeah,
one of our listeners, known as M Jam, says, Sir
yeah.
Dervan, the economic situation here in the USA is quite dire. I've never heard so many people expressing concerns about the high cost of living and the challenges of affording necessities.
So, so you're saying that it is a sentiment worldwide.
Yes, and we're seeing cracks in the armor, so to speak. That mm,
But Dervan, I should ask you then, if I am the Ministry of Agriculture and you is the farmer, right? And um I subsidize certain things that you can have it
certain crops.
affordable. What should you do when the produce come to food? You should be giving we the people at a very reduced price.
Well, that
Or a
depends on
very at a very affordable price.
that would be that would depend on a few factors, like the maybe the brand, maybe the in organization that is involved, maybe another company, and certain conditionalities, which might be for good or bad.
In the 1980s, the value used to have the AMC, whereby the farmer would reap the produce and bring it to the AMC,
That's
which
the
is a
agricultural marketing
government-owned
company.
place.
Is that the name? Agricultural marketing company?
Yeah, yeah. And then the AMC would have some outlets in certain community, and you can go there and you can get like the produce to buy at
Wholesale price.
prices at the lowest prices.
Mm.
And the MC used to sell by pound, by the pound you go to, as how the supermarket sell now. You
Oh,
go and you buy a pound of banana, like green banana, you pick off the amount where we like half pound or a pound. You don't buy it by the dozen, you buy it by the pound.
oh, okay.
Instead, like no, a dozen green banana is almost for 500 no, the urban 500
Mhm.
no,
Yes.
a dozen green banana, and that is the price that is a post burial price, the urban
Mhm.
$500 per dozen.
Wow.
And if it was coming through the AMC, maybe the people who cannot afford that at the places like the supermarket or even downtown could go to the AMC, which the government would put the farmers to task after subsidizing things for them to produce, put it to the AMC, because government is there to to please all the people, not just the people you want to vote for you. It don't make sense. I want a constituent to vote for me, so I go there and I give them free fertilizer, I give them free water, I give them free everything, and then when the produce them come to vote, them sell the thing at a enormous price. It don't make sense. That would be tantamount to vote buying. Am I speaking wrong?
No, the timing has a lot to do with it as well. When I'm not sure if the extent to which the electoral office has put certain uh, elements in place, because that would then remind you of what you do when and how in the political season.
And last but not least, the van.
Yes.
Journalists. A precaution to journalists. I have seen where recently the media, both the electronics and the press media, has come under pressure from both parties. And we have seen where releases from the press association have warned the parties not to or they should abstain from threatening journalists. But Dervan, do you feel that journalists, and I'm not speaking about YouTubers are people who are on social media. I'm talking about the regular press.
Hold on, let's come back to that after the break, please. After the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can tune in on your mobile phones by dialing 631-359-8281 if you're in the US. And if you're in the UK, you can dial 0330-606-0953. Plus, listen to us on OneSpotMedia.com and the OneSpot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online.
Thanks for holding the line. Please continue.
Yes, so Dervan, as I was saying, when the media is now confronted by people from both party accusing them of taking side, who you feel should get the blame, Dervan? The media or the party?
Well, at the center of it would be the individuals, the practitioners, and
yes, Dervan, you are 100% right. Because Dervan, if if a journalist went to a meeting, right, and him have a videographer, and I should tell you that I am a videographer and I do a little bit of journalistic work too. So when a videographer have proof of videotaping, not photographing, videotaping, he would have both audio and pictures. So anything that politicians do or say, it would be recorded. But Dervan, I must speak the truth. Sometimes, Dervan, and I'm drawing a line under the word sometime. The journalist is able to sensationalize the moment. Am I wrong, Dervan?
Yes, and sensationalism invariably gets in the picture. No pun intended.
No, but that is what caused the problem, Dervan. That is what caused the problem. Because, and I will use two names. Because they are public people. If Mark Golding go on a platform and say something about Mr. Holness as the Prime Minister, I feel that the reporter or the journalist with the recording should say, such and such media was at the event, and this is what Mark Golding said. Instead of saying Mark Golding blast Andrew Holness. Am I speaking stupidness?
No, that's the you're reading the story that was written by the editors or the journalists or both.
So if I bring it to my station now and say we were at the People's National Party meeting at downtown Kingston, and the opposition leader Mark Golding was on stage, and this is what he said about Prime Minister Andrew Holness. That would be nothing but the truth, because what?
Well, that's where I was going now.
Showing.
That's where I was going now. There's a jurist who once said, "The truth is not libelous. The truth
exactly
is not libelous."
But we have now found out, Dervan, that both is selling sensationalism and euphemism. They are selling the Dervan. So you will have a media house who both have a YouTube station, you have a YouTube network, and them have a regular station. So they are doing it to earn the dollars, and yet still when the hammer strike on them ball, Dervan, them cry out. They're not supposed to cry, Dervan. The journalists, them supposed to stand up on them feet. I feel, say, journalists supposed to take side. That is what I feel. Just like in the United States of America, Fox News take side,
NBC
take side, everybody have to take side.
Yes, as long as you are going to make that declaration, what you are doing
Yes, sir.
is just making it clear.
Yeah,
Um,
you have to take a side. It don't make
mhm,
sense.
mhm.
You just behave
But
like
it's
you're
but
good in your
also
shoe
also
and
bear
you work clean.
yeah. But
In
also
this
bear in mind.
in this time,
Go ahead. Sorry.
in this time, Dervan, with freedom of the press, it don't make sense. You behave like say you take side. You
Yeah,
you
but you
I
can't do
feel
that if you are able to to be to be truthful, frank, and open within this
the
this this
space.
this space.
Yeah,
Then
the space.
yeah, you should have nothing to fear or to be ashamed of. You know, the West
Ah,
Indies anthem says, soon we must take a side or be lost in the rubble in a divided world that don't need islands no more. And it goes on. Rally around the
so
West
if
Indies. Mhm.
so by speaking by what you're saying, if journalists is going to make the truth take its course, they must learn to plant themselves at politician doorway. They have to learn that. That is what it has to be the order of the day. When the politician wake up a man in time and pull him front window, him see the journalists them ready to start work
Well,
outside them yard.
well, it
Him
has
can't go
started.
through the back and him can't go through the front.
It has started. Some of that has started and has been done over the years. Perhaps not with the level of
No,
consistency
not in
that
a
you'd want to see.
Jamaica, though,
Mhm.
Dervan. Gone are the days of Garfield, Burford, and,
Yeah, but I don't want to call any
them,
names, but there are a
them
couple
people there.
there are a couple of them that come to mind.
Coral Francis,
Mhm.
one night I was watching the coverage on Milton, and 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 we are saying what a thing Jamaican used to be. Garfield, Burford, and Coral Francis used to be storm chasers. Those people used to be storm chasers, Dervan. We used to have storm chaser at our major station them. Where when I Gilbert I come, we see them under cover and Gilbert I lick and the camera them I blow at them and them eat up and water lead them down and them get up
Let's
again and stand up and camera knock out and them draw for neck. Gone are those days. We need no our journalists them to start plan themselves. Don't stay in don't stay in a them studio and take feed from YouTubers because at this it I go wrong. At this it I go wrong, Dervan. The journalists them have to come out of the studio. The real journalists them like you where lift up and you gone to New York sometime and you lift up and you gone to Miami and you lift up and you gone to Canada and you lift up and you gone to England. That is the journalism where we want in a Jamaica. Plant yourself a politician door, make when them see you, them tremble. Have a nice day, Dervan.
you too.
Okay, sir.
Thanks for the call. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's take another call. Hello. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Yes. Good afternoon. Go ahead. Hold on. What are you connected to? Sorry. I'm not sure what you're connected to. That's a regular phone call. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Mm-hmm.
My marathon brethren who just see up there, one who loves to echo his words, you know, he was telling me that I love to challenge people, what people say, but I will only challenge what my experience authorized me to do. Otherwise, anything else that I do is more in the form of a question for clarity.
Mm-hmm.
So I cannot challenge anyone about anything that they say without my experience saying otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he was very disingenuous the way my son made up the song. And Jamaica is like a community, And if he's gone on one street in that community, and if I follow him and go into that street and describe the community this year where he does, nobody else would know much about the other side of the community. So while he's doing what he's doing from that side of the community, I'm still doing it from another street in this same community.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I say, because I'm not echoing him and say, meaning that I'm not promoting Jamaica, because I am in the time being.
Mm-hmm.
And as I will now question him now about what he was saying about having gap, because my experience taught me that having gap is in St. Andrew. No, he's saying it is
St. Thomas. Yes. Yes.
So I would love to ask him, does St. Thomas and St. Andrew join in having gap that a part that would mean St. Thomas and a part in St. Andrew?
Mm-hmm.
I am not sure about that, but I have been all the way up to Constitution where if somebody is at the tip of your finger when you stretch out your hand, you cannot see them. Because the entire place, like the cloud come down and engulf the whole earth.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see a person at the tip of your hand if you stretch it out at the side. How the place is. So I am now learning that Aguilia within St. Thomas is correct. But
Hold the line, please. One moment.
Contractors, developers, and small builders. Contact Coast to Coast Group of Companies for high quality concrete products. The Timeline Coast to Coast Group of Companies is
Thanks a lot for staying with us on both sides of the story. The Wikipedia is telling us that Hagley Gap is a settlement in St. Thomas Parish in southeastern Jamaica. It is a farming village located 10 miles or 16 kilometers from Kingston, near the top of the Blue Mountains, whose primary source of revenue is Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. Hagley Gap is roughly a 7-mile or 11-kilometer hike from the Blue Mountain Peak, which is a destination. And it stops there for the time being.
part of the Blue Mountain is also in Kingston, while a part of the St. Thomas going back to Warwick and it's going that section.
Mm.
So this comes to that clarity.
Yes.
And I have always been telling people from Mr. President, he is in man when he used to buy the product and make added product from them. I used to be echoing and say, and under ANC, Agricultural Marketing Cooperation,
Not company.
no. Right.
Mm.
So we used to bring things go there and they would take it out the farmers and then chocolate it out again. And right just beside it, there was a steel factory, which is no longer there. But I import steel in agriculture now. But that was a good investment by the farmers because you could bring the things here and they would buy from you and they must have sent some over and then some locally. But I have always telling people say, well, all the people who are to say, send the things that we grow here and things in that crop are so much of it. From far in because there are more Jamaicans live far in than when they are. So they're wanting what grow here. They go to Florida and I'm going to want them to place. They have some little cubicles for the different Caribbean islands. I'm going to go see what Jamaica hire. When we go in there, we see one little piece of nigger yam bump. When you clean your piece, you know, big like it. And that's all in a Jamaica. We know that they now left Jamaica over there. Because that they have a class as third class, but let's A class to go over there. AMC and jump on them, scrutinize those things a lot where at the place you have first, second, and third class things where they rate them up. And I would first and maybe the second class that they have good quality. So what people from other places we do, they go there and take the things down to them Paris Islands and then put it up to Jamaica. But people always have got Jamaica things go buy out Jamaica truck money. When we have these things, they are quiet. And because our people who are responsible for sending things overseas are not doing their job properly. Because it shouldn't stand there quiet. All breadfruit we are drop off a tree. Breadfruit can make flour. So if they read the breadfruit and take it as flour and package it and sell it, you would not waste on that tree like that and look so they have to them. They are more delicate than they are than most of what we produce. But you can make them in a juice. You have a brand, a company in Florida here who are doing natural juices from the fruits and all of that. Where if every parish did not do that, rather than the chemicalized juices when they call juice, when and almost less ice in their juice, almost there is a sugar. If every parish should have that and they may not promote that. So the things they would not spoil so much. We don't market to coil and them people must sell one single for $500, one for $400, so a little bit of one them when a bigger than somebody you have to $150. So if you buy one pair ice, $1,000 for two where they call beer. $1,000 pair for single. And them the thing they never had to be selling like that. So sometimes I will make the things look so disgraceful for our own ourselves because a man just want to know when he look in the market, he does it up price. Then he make him 3 times the price and 4 times where he buy it for. But give thanks to that person there, man. I've always find him very interesting, although he makes over 20 minutes and make credit down. But I sure you know. Give thanks, Mr. Malcolm. Bless up yourself.
All right, take it easy. This is both sides of the story. Poro 106 FM. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Right, sir?
I hear you.
The person who talked about he spoke about the ANC and what I was working time and check it. Also, but I have seen carrot juice and some other juices. Some other things selling right at supermarket. I'm not sure if those carrots and all something come from anywhere in Nigeria. But sometimes we overcook it. Manufacture right anyway. What what my thing about mango and some of those. When things is in season, I eat a whole lot of it from it. So I eat too much. I consume too much of it. But I know really if it do some come up when I but I will have something to say about this. But fine. I think we need that yes. I think we need somebody like first time in the market to examine how people sell in the market. Because the pineapple is clear. And I was reading the market, market. And I see 1.50. And let me tell you something. I want to know if Jamaica people eat pine leaf.
Eat what? Oh, pine leaf.
Eat pine leaf. I want to know. If people carry pine from more in
Or pine skin.
where is it because you carry the pine come from ginger hills and other places. Sell it, they're to sell. And the go sell. And the amount of leaves and the pine. When the man they wait first before them cut off the leaves. And I'm certain I saw some pine in the microphone. And the pine is so small. And over leaves. And they wait first. I'm going to wait first now. So it's like, boom, boom, they can shop them and shave off. And shave it off. And this is over splicing as well. And let's look at the skin that are the leaves. Why? Well, you can't go with your rabbit or your cow or your goat to eat. They must do something about it, man. They're ripping off people. Without something. Recently, not this yesterday market. Um, so now we have to say, very simple. So yeah. So, you have any just a strip of the dirt over there. You don't want to. I said, me buy some. But I strip off that. You hear me there?
Yes, man, I'm hearing every word.
You, I just what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you want to must strip the dirt over it. Say, they won't look at it, dirt over here. We'll make a combination. I said, me buy it, and we'll strip off it. You know what thing she wanted?
What?
They want to wait that it will come from items to a earth, it will be less.
Oh,
Because that's what she buy. That's what she said.
okay.
Eh? You want some first time now? About 5 years ago or so. That the place not my plenty market. Yeah, you have some police said there's some market they just a different thing from the river police. And they walk and it's that and it's a good man. It shouldn't come a market, man. We're not by there. We're not by back then. Our son was the representative. No. I mean, this thing I get also about very much about the next country. And let it sleep. Yeah, boy. The pressure let it. I don't know what will happen in the country. And a full definite the power of the stuff is. You know, some because people are watching. The people are watching us what we're doing in a very little market, very little. I went to my and then there are some people know because they know that they may have bias for it. the people fuck up the market at the certain part of the market. And you can't walk. People carry them close to Arkana, how about the sheriff? Arkana, so they have stores and things, but and they black up the place now because they let the people come around my market and they have a sale on it. You have market care, going for vision company, you have carry belly and close and clothes and stuff. And so that's the market, very minor market because remember after smelling work where they from Tuesday night and they say red there. So, and after the people, after 7 o'clock, you're supposed to come out of the market and give the regular market because some of the kids are taxi spaces. So the taxi man started coming to get it work. And then hard around move to make the taxi them come in and what they have. All right, I'm going to tell you that story quick. When I used to talk to Mr. Perkins, as Mr. Perkins, the Bible scripture is fulfilling that. We are talking about them. They say, well, then, you have some, a part of the scripture where a man was at a place and needs some healing. And a man was there by some pool. And he was there for, I don't know how many years, but I believe you know how many years the man was by a pool. And he couldn't get healed. So when all the man is, and I think was see this man in the pool. I mean, at the pool side, I couldn't get healed for number of years. He said, who you know get healed? He said, why those who are everybody then rushing the pool and he was there for what was done. But as some callers come in, they get over healing several times, and the man who wants the healing can't go like through a program now. A man take up the program 3/4 hour and other people can come in. I'm going to this.
All right. Thank you for the call.
You understand the part of it?
No.
You understand it?
Mm-mm.
There was a pool someplace in the city where people used to go there at a certain time because the engine was coming and touch the water. When it touch the water, who go near the pool get the healing from whatever city they have first. And I'm saying, and the question was, who was going to heal? I said, why aren't you healed, man? He said, I can't get no healing because every time I am here some certain amount of years, and every time I go to jump in the pool to get healing. Some people come up and take up the space and so I would get no healing.
Oh, okay.
So the program coming there, some people just take up the overtime and other people come in and come in.
Well, it's your time. It's,
Okay.
all right. Okay. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
Join us weekdays from 6 to 8 p.m. for Power Play, Power 106 FM's flagship program dedicated to the world of sports.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Power Play. My name is Cliff Williams.
Power Play with Cliff Williams, focusing on everything sports in Jamaica and around the world. Make sure to tune in to Power Play, providing invigorating sports analysis and discussion, weekdays from 6 to 8 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. And the text line, 876-365-3346. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Good afternoon.
Okay, so good afternoon. You know, I for this conspiracy and very, very stuff. I don't understand why our people are so unruly and they don't listen. I think in this week alone, we learned about the people on our roads. And in my view, after reading the paper and listening to the news, most of these people are driving is killed.
Can we get a little more volume from you, please?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Mm.
Yeah, how is it now?
Yes, better.
Yes, sir. So what I'm saying, most of these people that died on the road is carelessness in our driving attitude. We have to change our driving attitude. The government and the traffic department cannot do anything more. I don't think they can do anything more. It is us as a person, as people, who are driving on the road. Must drive with some sense in our head. The way we are driving sometimes, I have to wonder why. You know, some of these taxis guy and minibus, it seems like they don't follow no rules. I was just the other day I was reading a paper where I think it's upset. There's a guy that issue 100 and something. I want to understand how can one person issue 100 and something ticket and still be on the road driving?
Issue.
Issue.
No.
People like that should be in prison. That show you that this guy does not care. He just does not care. He does not. He's not willing to follow the rules and regulations of our country. And these are the people who are destroying our country. Those who are refusing to follow rules and regulations. Just yesterday, I was reading the paper again. Work on Mandela Highway has to be stopped because government invaded it there. I want to, as a young man, I would want to know exactly what those people are thinking. It is not good, sir. And we as a people have to change our ways. We have to change our ways. The government cannot come and change our ways. We as a people have to change our ways. And that is why I always tell people that I am one Jamaican who believes in harmony. I don't believe people should get 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 chances. I believe in harmony. If I commit a crime, then I should pay the price.
Okay.
And my second topic is this, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't really get your call before I was very long one. With the conference that the opposition had at the national stage, I was listening to the opposition. And I'm not sure if most Jamaicans stand for what is going on. But every single thing that the opposition mentioned is no happening. There's absolutely nothing new that they speak about. Absolutely nothing new. For example, look at the art program. I went to art because when I left school I couldn't get a job until I money. So I to sign up for art and I went there and sign up for art and get a job quickly in construction and dedicate myself and now I'm very independent. To art program. Then after that the PhD took over, they destroyed the art program, destroyed completely. I remember when I traveled on cruise ship and stuff like that, I used to see so much people from Jamaica working on cruise ships, as chef and art and stuff. People all over the world, construction worker from Jamaica, come to art, they be destroyed. Now it's time to own it and try to bring back art in a way that is giving people $60,000 a month to go and learn a trade. Where else in the world have you ever heard something like that?
Well, it's not the fact that you're talking about it. It means it's not. It hasn't been totaled, in a manner of speaking. It's not. It's not all done and dusted and lost. But
Yeah. So if you go to heart, you don't not get it.
If what?
If you sign up for charge, you don't get the $60,000 that you speak about.
No, I wasn't speaking about those other uh, rudimentary matters having to do with the entity and how it functioned, but just in general, that it is to say it's not, to say it's mash up, it's not happening, or other than that, then is to overlook that which is already happening anyway, in a good sense. In other words, it has been continued. There has not been any discontinuation.
Yeah,
The work
I know that.
continues. Hmm.
But remember that Mr. PJ for the government cut art in Urban and open a community college over there. So when I was going there, the old Portmore Art Academy that I know, there's a bit of a training, and they moved it there. And when they took over, they cut it in half. They used to take in like 1,000 Jamaican guys to learn trade. They only could take in like 200.
Oh,
Yeah, God, I remember that I went to art. And I will constantly say this, Mr. Dervan. I was constantly saying this. I don't believe that the type of constitution that we have in Jamaica now, and even the one that the government proposed, is going to benefit Jamaica. The type of system, I don't believe it's going to work. For example, we have an opposition leader now, and we have 4 deputy leaders. And I noticed that every time we have an election and we have an opposition leader, it is constantly war in Jamaica with the opposition. Everything that the government does, the opposition fights it on. The opposition never ever see nothing good that the government does. And I always believe that after we have a general election, this is my view, we should get rid of the opposition leader.
what do you
Use the
mean, get
four,
rid of the opposition leader?
yeah, use the 4 deputy leader. The 4 deputy leader will still be there. A year before election, when they have their conference, they choose the leader for the party. Just like what they have in the States. They have the 4 deputy leader come and they put their plans and stuff to the country, and the delegates will vote for the best one, and that one becomes the deputy leader, becomes the opposition leader, while they vote for 4 new um, deputy leader. And I think it will give people, better chance. We won't have one person in the position for far too long creating problems. I believe that that would be a better way more than the presidential way that they are looking at, because I don't see where the presidential way gonna really work for us in Jamaica neither. And I keep on saying this, that I don't see why we need 63 members of parliament in Jamaica. It is a waste of taxpayers' money. We have 49 right now from the government side, and we have 20 ministers, 20 ministers, and we have 29 backbench. We have 29 backbench plus 14 from the opposition that walks and create problems. That's all. They are doing absolutely nothing for us, the people. Absolutely, it is waste of money for us to have 63 members of parliament. We only need 15. That's all we need. 15 members of parliament, and they have a mistake that they make again. There's no way that Portmore should have a mayor, and Portmore is not a parish. They should create the parish first, and then after the parish, then the people got a mayor for Portmore. It is waste of taxpayers' money, because this guy here is not doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Do you know how much money that we could make from 14 this Mr. Dervan, if the mayor was in Portmore, somebody of a positive mindset and positive thinker? We have so much mini hotels over there, and those mini hotels are so run down and they stay that fast. The mayor should engage in these people and create better hotels and a better area for the people, so that people can come and work, visitors can come and stay and stuff like that. The mayor is doing absolutely nothing. It's like a robbery, paying this gentleman. It's like a robbery. And the only people that feel it in Jamaica is the taxpayers. That's the only people that feel it. The top tier, the hard-working people of Jamaica have been robbed because our road is not being fixed. Our light system is so bad where we have more criminal on the GPS system more than people with pain. Everywhere you walk, it's wire shows up free current. People playing music on Haiti right through the day while you who are paying cannot do it. I think it's full time now for us as Jamaica. We're asking the leaders, if you're gonna serve us well and don't serve yourself. Because most of you guys are just self-centered, you're just serving yourself. And we Jamaican people, we cannot take it anymore. We cannot take it anymore. You're still there, Mr. Dervan?
Yes.
Because I'm not hearing you. Yeah, Jamaica is a beautiful country. I just came back traveling to 4 countries. Those 4 countries, we looked at them as first world countries. And I haven't seen where not one of them is better than Jamaica. The only problem is they had a better currency than us. Their currency is a better currency. That is why a lot of us they go into those places. And if we could change the Jamaican dollar and use the US dollar, I think we would get back a lot of those people because those people are working under some conditions that sometimes I wonder how they really survive. It is not nice to go to no foreign country, no other Jamaican to work because it is like slavery, it is worse than slavery. And just because of the Jamaican currency. And I think the government needs to look into it. And one more thing, the police commissioner or the national security. In my view, I don't believe we should have a minister, one minister of national security. I think we should have a board to discuss the crime in Jamaica. It's too much work for this one people. I think we need to have a board to deal with that. And I just wanna say this. I hope that our government, would start some more beds for our hospital. We need some more beds in our hospital and stuff like that. It's not nice to see people sitting on chairs and stuff like that. The government will look into that. But I haven't voted for the last 30 years, but I think in this election, I think I will vote for the.
One moment, please. We need to take a break.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:30. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, and now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. You can tune in on your mobile phones by dialing 631-359-8281 if you're in the US. And if you're in the UK, you can dial 0330-606-0953. Plus, listen to us on OneSpotMedia.com and the OneSpot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online.
Neighbors once spring in a standing side of the line that has been drawn. Living fighting he bleeds, like now is killing on the streets. While strong curfews along this Sunday, now united in defeat. All the heroes' sides of the story. the lights are all on. We're watching now. People looking for truth. We must not fail now. Be sure before we close our eyes. Walk away from here. Take a seat on the sides.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, and still having more calls to take and messages to read. So let's keep the flow going. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hold on. There's someone who was holding. Okay. No. Oh.
For years, but I think I will vote in the next election. And the reason why I'm not a PMP and I'm not a Labour. But the reason why I will vote, seeing this guy here do a few things that really surprised me. I never knew that these things could be done in Jamaica. Just the other day I was reading where we have tax return now, where if you make less than $3 million, you get a tax return or something like that. And, I was surprised because I've never heard of that in the history of Jamaica. I heard about 9 consecutive quarter economic growth from COVID come back down. And I heard that you have a program which is called the one that if you lost like a limb or something like that, you can go and get a limb. And one that if you lose teeth and stuff like that, you could go to the dentist somewhere there and get a brand new denture, get your teeth removed or stuff like that. I've never heard of anything like that in Jamaica. Even though I think there are areas where the government could improve, but I think, I think he has done quite well, and I think he deserves another chance in government. And I just want to say thank you very much, Mr. Dervan, for listening to me. May God bless you, sir, and continue to keep you on God's face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you, sir. Have yourself a good evening.
Thank you very much. Same to you. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. And the text line 876-365-3346. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Afternoon, Mr. Dervan. Hello?
Hold on.
Hello?
Right, good afternoon. Go ahead, please.
Not hearing you properly, sir.
Are you hearing me now?
Hello? I was hearing you quite good a while ago. I don't know what happened.
Maybe someone muted. Maybe someone muted that device. Because this
line was good a while ago. I don't know how the line just dropped.
All right. Can you redial and get back online?
Can I call you back?
Okay.
Can I call you back right away?
Okay. In fact, you can call back. Oops. You can call back right now. Let's see. Just taking a while to reconnect. All right, let's go to the phone line once again. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks again for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Good afternoon. Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Dervan, good afternoon, sir. That gentleman we're just talking about, the people, they should do better. It's a bit really, but government, you have the government, they are there to govern. I think the word government is govern, right? Is that the word?
Mm-hmm.
No, you need to govern, and I believe the best way to do that is to do it by example. You don't tell me one thing and you're doing other things, so do it by example. But when I look what's happening even in the country and in the church, all over, it's a really breakdown of society. Because, for instance, when the government has sworn in office, the governor general is an Adventist bishop, right, sir?
I believe so.
Yes, he's a bishop. And this bishop, because of money, stand before the government.
No, well, watch that road that you're going on now. I would suggest I would humbly suggest that you get off that road.
No, I'm not going off track. I'm telling you where I'm going. Use a Bible. And the sword is a Bible you use.
What?
Right, sir?
What?
Use a Bible. You give the government one Bible. The Bible. Hello?
Yes. Gave the government a Bible.
Yes.
And what?
Yes. The pastor, the bishop, the government a Bible. And so be swear by the word of God. You know what he's doing there now? My pastor. The first thing the Bible says, be swear. What he should do is take the Bible from them, but then give them the Bible. You see my point, sir? You see my point, Mr. Dervan?
Well, he made a choice.
No, you see, you're a bishop. And you say you stand up on the word. You're not living the word, you are breaking the word. You know better. So you must not swear. Even if a gun there head, you know, be swear. If a gunman come with a gun on your head and he say, I'm going to shoot you. You should not swear. It's so serious. And the man is a bishop. And when I observed it, the breakdown in the society, Mr. Dervan, on the street, when you go on the street, the women, I don't know if you have indecent exposure. The women, the way them dress and conduct themselves, and it's a modern society. So everything has broken down. Standard. And we have young girls coming up, little young girls. What are you teaching them? Is that Dervan?
I'm listening.
Hello? You see what you should do, Mr. Dervan? The young baby there. They should teaching them at least 4 languages from them young and teach them to invent things when they're a baby. I say you would be in the country. You have to teach a person when they're a baby. So what happened now? This generation lost because the thing that they've been taught over the year, Mr. Dervan, I'm telling you, they've lost. You teach them violence, you teach them to hate them one another. All these things they teach people. Covetousness. And the seed you sow, you're going to reap in them, Mr. Dervan. So, the leaders, they are the one at fault. both the one in the church and the one in the government. Because the one in the church, all their businesses, some of them, a few of them, where they are truth. But what I am saying, a program like this, the one that are truth, I believe they should call in you more regular, giving suggestion, because the society gone to the dark. Let me see, walking on the street sometimes, the ladies them, I don't know if you've seen them. Some of them walk the bad side out to do, bottom out to do, and all of these things, the society break down. Nobody saying anything. But sometimes it start liquor, Mr. Dervan. You start to thief your light. After you thief light, you start to thief car. And after you start to thief, you start to kill. Start from small, so you can't overlook anything. So, Mr. Dervan. Mr. Dervan.
I'm listening.
I did give you a message, but you never delivered a message for me. Yes, sir.
If and when I remember it, I will check in with you.
To the Prime Minister, sir, you didn't. But you know what happened? The Prime Minister, before he win, I remember we say the first time he gonna come in power, he come in Spring Grove here. I know say him trick me auntie, sir. Tell me auntie say it's a bad road. And him say as him win, he wanna drop some and he
We need to go to a break. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45. The Caribbean Maritime University, an ISO certified institution, offers Bachelor of Science degrees in cruise shipping, Bachelor of Engineering degrees, logistics, marine tourism, port management, security administration and management, and more. For further information, call 876-924-8150, 876-924-8175, or email info@cmu.edu.jm. Tune in to Power 106 FM with the diaspora man himself, Dervan for the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online, connecting with Jamaicans no matter where in the world you are. Engage in dynamic conversations, celebrating and sharing in our rich culture, heritage, and hear the stories of Jamaicans making a positive impact wherever they reside. Let's unite to strengthen the bond of our homeland. Join us every Saturday from 6 to 9 a.m. for the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online with Dervan Malcolm, right here on Power 106 FM, the Power 106 FM app, One Spot Media, and go-jamaica.com. Don't miss out.
Thanks for. Is the caller still there? Hello?
yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, please, and let's see if we can wrap it up because there's a long line.
I'm going to ask you a question. You used to start the program with a different language. Why you stop? Don't hear you doing it again.
No particular reason, but what has happened is that I don't want to get too much into that, but
yes,
yeah, we'll.
So you shouldn't stop starting because the children, they could baby them, the small one, us, we not catch it so easy, but the small one them.
Yeah.
So I think you need to continue it, sir. And give us encouragement. Have a lovely day, so you take care.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see who else is online. Hello? Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I wonder which one of these devices you're on. Okay. All right. Hello, good afternoon. Go ahead, please. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I am fine, thanks. Sorry to keep you waiting. Mhm. Mm-hmm. Mm. True. Mhm. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. And avoid distraction. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. True. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right.
anything that we're doing must be for the benefit and the upliftment of the country. And if you're leading, lead from in front.
Yes.
Right? And if it's not good for the youth, it shouldn't be good for the gander. So we have to let our integrity lead us. Some of the always talk about walking in your integrity.
Yes.
One of the things she always says, she'd rather trust and believe in God and live for Him than to not live for Him and then find out that He exists. So that's where I'm humbling myself.
Yes.
Putting my trust in God and not trying not to be consumed by the madness of this world.
Yes.
So,
That's a good place to be.
yes, Dervan, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and if we don't talk again, happy birthday when it's gone.
Thank you.
All the best. Take care.
You too.
Yes, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM. Still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. And the text line 876-365-3346. Another call coming through on the text line. So let's see. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Gracias. Buenas tardes, profesor.
Muy buenas
Maestro.
tardes.
How are you doing, sir?
I am fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. That's a good mind think alike. I was wondering if it's I keep missing the introduction to the show with all the language. And I was thinking about it yesterday, and I'm like, maybe Dervan got overwhelmed with all the different. So my suggestion was, you're on 5 days a week, do at least one plus the English. That's just my. It caught my attention that it was missing. So I don't know if you're planning on revamping it, but I was saying, like, Monday evening the Spanish, Tuesday the French, something like that. But anyways, the reason why I called, I was listening to a newscast last evening and heard a discourse in the Mandeville municipality meeting, and they were discussing the latest happening. There are some points that I agree with. It was councillors talking about it, and one was saying he's not in for the curfew at night because things taking place even in the day. And he made mention of big established food restaurants that are open at night, but the little corner shops, those have to, close by the authorities' order. And like I said, that what good for the goose, good for the gander. You can't say I have curfew. And because the big man big, you allow him to think. But I was taken aback and I was wondering if this was some AI generated material I was listening to. But what was broadcast, the mayor told a councillor to sit down because nothing is wrong with unexplained wealth. And I was jolted because I'm like, what? I can understand if our entertainers, which there are several songs with our entertainers singing and glorifying lottery scamming. One of them say it's repatriation money or repatriation money and all of that. That is their thing. But when I hear an elected official says nothing is wrong with unexplained wealth, and that was because one of his colleagues was saying some of the very parties that are used to take place, you see these scammers or alleged scammers washing them foot and shoes with all kind of expensive beverages, and I'm taken aback. So I think something needs to be done. Mr. Meadows in Trelawney, where the party, the PMP, asked him to step aside, I think that's exactly what needs to be done to the mayor.
of Mandeville because this went over the world. All of us heard it that was listening to, and it will be there for supporting things. I've no business. My father is from Manchester and a place called Royal Flats. And I used to say, well, how we ran, I grew up hearing Mandeville as the place or Manchester that you can retire and well, second to my push, because of course I'm from Portland with the lowest crime rate every year. I mean, single digits. Wish there could be a time when there's no murder at all. But Manchester started get a bad rep. And again, finally, I think Mr. Mayor, the first Mandeville, needs to resign. He needs to tender his resignation because I can't see a comeback from that. Thank you very much for listening to Mr. D. I will tune in next week again to hear more of your wonderful programming.
You're very kind. Thank you very much for the call.
Bye-bye.
Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. We'll have much more for you when we come back from this break.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
Real Business, appointment radio for everything economics, locally, regionally, and internationally. Real Business, your source for engaging conversations on business, finance, and economics. Join hosts Ralston Hyman and Dr. Andrew Sutherland from 9 to 11 a.m. on weekdays as they bring you the most authoritative analysis on economic matters. Listen to riveting features such as The Big Picture, Under the Financial Microscope, the Business Information Update, and the local and international market updates. From the latest happenings on various business sectors and players in the economy, to how fiscal and monetary policies affect your life, make it Real Business on Power 106 FM, Monday to Friday, 9 to 11 a.m., right here on Power 106 FM.
I don't get it, and that's why I carry one. We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
No. It's hard. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's do our best to clear some of these messages. And let's see what we have here. This one came in pretty early. Good morning. I am very disappointed with you on the discussion about hairstyle. This definitely didn't really got into our box, but oh well. Let's save that for Anyway, it's a short message, so I'll do it quickly. Good morning. I'm very disappointed with you on the discussion about hairstyle to school. Parents must be in control, and why can't the kids groom properly to school? And that's from Richard. Thank you very much, Richard, for your message. Let's go down the line. This one says, good evening, Dervan. You know that there are other countries in the world that's doing way better than the USA. I think we need to shop where else for better ideas. Dervan, the caller don't know that Jamaica don't have journalists like what the other countries have. And let's move on from here quickly. Pleasant afternoon. What is this? I'm sorry, I won't be able to go through this shopping list. So sorry, but it's well done though, quite neat. Quite neatly done. Well done. Let's try and go through the others. Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. I pray that you will have a peaceful weekend. An exposition is being held at the Auburn Museum in Yallis, St. Thomas, until October 20th. Call 876-282-6584 to reserve your space. Mrs. Bernadette Nugent Ogilvy. Thank you. You're welcome. Let's go up the line. China likely to seize Ghana's mineral and something else. This one, Neville, saying, Durban, I don't believe that Balance really knows what he is saying. Hagley Gap is in the parish of St. Thomas. That's where my wife is from. Balance mixing Confusion Hill with Hagley Gap, two different places. Confusion Hill is St. Andrew, and so is Dallas Castle. Salah from Kingston. Thank you, Salah. Cuban in Georgia says, Sir Malcolm, the false prophet who, where is that message now? All right, not seeing the rest of that message. And because there are so many messages that Cuban in Georgia sends us, it sometimes takes a while to retrieve the precise message. Mr. The listener who goes by the moniker Bunty says, good evening, Mr. Malcolm. Tell this joker that call you, Mr. Dervan, every time he calls. Mr. Dervan, tell that man stop beat up his gum. None of us can change people. Everyone has a mind of their own. One, why most people feel that what they say, they write because they believe in man and not God. Most of them call the program just to hear their voice, make suggestions that can help people to unite themselves. Tell the government to get the premix over to get a contractor and get the truck and go to fill the path and to fill the pothole. I think it will be easier to get more of the potholes jagged. Okay. Let's see. There are quite a few messages. This one. So we go up the line. All right. All right, let's go to this call in the interest of time. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling. Hold on. Hello? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, good afternoon. Welcome.
Yes, so I go on the family.
We're family now?
Yeah. We're blood brothers and sisters from a born black, you know? No two ways about it.
But the way you treat us, my God.
I treat you no good, man, because we are building our faith to return home to Africa, you know? A spiritual black awakening of ourselves, you know, who we really is as a people, you know what I'm saying? Because we forget that, you know, it was beaten out of us. Too many years of burning, beating and lynching, you know, slavery and colonization, you know. Up to now, we don't get found in our rightful mind. No, near.
So what are we going to do about that before you move on?
What we must do about that is turn to Dervan Rastafari philosophy teaching, you know, that point us to a black culture, black empowerment of ourselves as a people, you know. Because we let ourselves and done, you know, and our work to empower next people, you know, next nations and countries, you know. But we don't empower our work to build a country or a black continent of our own, you know, as you hear the African diaspora. And I was born out of Africa, you know. You say the African diaspora. The purpose of us is to work and build a continent of our own, you know.
Yes.
A black world nation with kingdom of our own, you know. That is the purpose of us black people who born in the West here, you know.
Yes.
So me and our brothers and sisters, them advise them opinion or them plight, you know. But you come like say we don't be an international listener. More time we don't tend to be, or some people don't tend to be a national speaker. Because just the other day I hear the Prime Minister of Jamaica, King Charles Prime Minister, alternative Prime Minister, you know, him tell the nation or the voting population, because we not vote in this judgment, you know, the voting population say a corrupt government cannot liberate the people. You hear him say a corrupt government cannot liberate the people, and him is the Prime Minister of this government. So we are asked the idea ourselves, what we doing with a government we can liberate us, you know? We can free us from the slaughter of imperialism and colonialism, you know? Or in other words, institutional slavery where we are faced today in Jamaica, you know? What we doing with a government like that? You know, we must ask ourselves this question, you know? These two political parties are leaders. You know, what we doing with them? Every day we ball about them. You know, jump out a frying pan and jump in a fire. You know? And these two political parties sabotage black consciousness in this country, you know. These two political leaders, them do that.
Really? When was that?
Them fight against Yahweh and Rastafari in this country. We know the history. So we now have to ask when, because everyone knows the history where we go through, not only Rastafari in general, but black people, you know. In the 60s when everyone was proud to be African, you know,
black pride in ourselves. Back in them days, the man now we have to something of Africa. Them mash it up, America and England, because these two political parties, them don't support black empowerment in this country. They uplift we. They are there to serve the British America interests, not our black interests as the black population here. Them not there to serve you and then tell you all the time, how you can't sue yourself, why you can't sue yourself. Why we can't sue yourself to drop the honors of these nations and leaders, countries who oppress we. 63 years under Labour right and PNP and appeal crying all over the country. We as black people are crying, the poor and the have not, we come through slavery, we still come away. How we can come, how we feel it. Everything with that, we come, how we feel. Where go so? Anyway, we give thanks to we have a Savior, a mighty deliverer who come to help the poor and needy and bid the weak be strong. See it? He said come to break oppression and set the captive free, to wipe away transgression, colonialism and imperialism, and rule in equality, we are the first equality ruler of our earth, the black man and the black woman, and we never enslave no one, We never enslave the Chinese, nor the white men, nor none of them, nor the Indians. God, the man said, every one of them slave us, and we never slave none. He said, the last one I lift up, then ears for we at the dundu, so they call the albino. So, make we see ourselves and know that you are a very peculiar people. The black royalties of the earth. We can make ourselves turn ourselves in a puppet to these two politicians, reform Charles government. We two hold them tight. We are a very peculiar people. Seeing we black people born here in Jamaica. That's why His Majesty went and visit Jamaica 1966. In his speech, himself, pardon. Him say, on him arrival in Jamaica, him say more than him expected.
Hold on, please.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
in case of an earthquake and the place got shaking, drop, and hold on. In case of an earthquake, you gotta stay calm. Move away from doors, windows, and things that can fall. Try not to use steps or elevators at all.
Learn how to protect yourself during an earthquake. Log on to weready.org. That's weready.org for more information. We must not fail now. Be sure.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on both sides of the story, Paro 106 FM. Let's go back to the phone line. Hello?
Blessed, honorable.
Yes.
And listener, So the man said on him arrival to Jamaica, in such international visit, come visit him black sons and daughters. Him said, when him come to Jamaica, him see more than him expected. Him see the progress of the people, and to march on to a greater progress, that black consciousness when come see, here on the island in those days. See it. So we march on to a greater progress now and free ourselves here in Jamaica and the world and stand up as a proud black independent nation. This is a spiritual warfare we have fight, a spiritual kingdom, a black awakening of ourselves,
Right.
And that we are dealing with right now, because we couldn't take up arms to go fight America and England, That's why the man said righteousness is mightier than sin. So all we have to do is turn to the right of ourselves, and find for that spirit of brotherhood amongst ourselves and sisterhood.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for the call, as usual.
Eh?
Thank you for the call.
All right, my family.
All right. Take care.
Bless you.
This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM. Are you there? Hello?
How are you, sir?
I am fine, thanks, Mr. Francis. And you? Oh, TT. Okay.
But we are you're going here, you're going to this here, no problem. I don't know. Anyway, I can understand the way that this is there. I don't know what it is, but this is can go around and so everybody that has banner for some phone. A lot of people end up doing that on the phone.
They have, through a listener, I gathered that their system, their telecommunication system, can no longer accommodate that a particular device.
That's true. But what I'm saying is breaking up people about that.
It's what?
They should give people a long notice because the other phone that I was coming to clear are brand new phone. And that's gonna be right. And they tell you that they just like on the time for 10 code or 5 code. You know, but because they're like my phone. When I go to the village, I know I don't have any phone because my phone is out. I know that the top of the line, but a lot of people line and I know that it's too much something. It's unfair to the public man. I don't like the way we do things in Jamaica. If you watch in America, it never happens. And that's why sometimes I wonder if the people will be elected to represent them. If they are really represent people, you know, and I don't have too forth, but they know that they can't go like me. I don't go anywhere with my African because I know what to get. And you see, I went to the son and it's not going to do you understand to go and put it up and use the bar. But some people use one of the bank, what they call the bank. So they will have a good phone and they put phone at home. Some people are fortunate enough. But like I was in Cap Creek, for instance, before before burial. I went very low. I passed away. And then I left my line phone up there. I think probably me would work because it was one on top of the line one night. But because of that, I did not that was a slow phone. So I don't have a slow phone now. But you know, not everybody like parameter rather they are really, I really find it depressing. And I think that will continue from low JPS, everybody just taking advantage of the people and give the argument what is standard for us. And I find it very Dervan. I find it very disappointing. I think that we should talk with those who cannot cannot represent the people, then why represent God? My brother, I am going to sing a song because everybody, everybody likes the song. That's a lot. So you have what?
Thank you. Same to you. Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Mr. Malcolm. Good evening to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
And the listeners, dear Power 106.
Thank you on their behalf.
Yes, sir. And greetings to the Most High God. Yeah. Mr. Malcolm, I am all over Jamaica planting trees, fruit trees. Who is going to eat them? I am all over Jamaica building runoff ponds, right, for the betterment of this country. Most houses that let in water to the street to mash up the roads. I am giving.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Dervan. How are you? Happy Friday.
I am fine, thanks.
Nice.
By
Lots of
slip of
things.
Sorry,
Say
it's
that again.
by a slip of the finger. I inadvertently ended the call that was holding.
Oh, okay.
So, depending, go ahead for the time being.
Yeah.
Let's see, please.
Yes. A lot of things, as you know, is going on. We have that war that has extended in the Middle East, now to Lebanon. We can't even call it a war because it looks like a slaughter. You have one country, well armed, backed by the U.S., that, just pillaring civilians. It is so jarring to watch, to the nerves, to see children get bombed, and then you hear this game. We have a dotard president that is in the most powerful country that's playing a game while human beings suffer. And the gentleman earlier on alluded to religion. The president up there said that he's a Christian. So I'm a Catholic. And him do have a problem with watching that slaughter. He's the head of the so-called free world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to see this level of barbarity of killing civilian people, this is madness. This is total madness. And then you have that man we claim him is in the Holy Land. Now, this is the place, by the way, this Holy Land argument, that church people from Africa, black people, which is who I talked about, that pay their money to go there, so they are looking at walking the Holy Land. And yeah, from Jamaica too. A couple of my friends have been there, church people, so they've gone to the Holy Land. You understand? And I'm asking, what is holy about there? Where you can have this human slaughter and everybody lips zip. Everybody's lips are zip. Well, there are thousands of people, millions of people around the world who have been calling just for a ceasefire.
Mm-hmm.
And these hypocrites and Jezebels that we have that say they are our leaders. You understand? So this is the kind of civilization that we supposedly have from these Europeans. They thrive off of chaos. Chaos is how they get their money. They hold down Africa. Africa is another problem. In the Sudan, the black lands of Sudan, Nubia was the original name. We know the British, them go through and mess up in the Sudan. We know the Arabs. One of the things that is happening right now in the Sudan is that you have
mixed Arabs. What do I mean by that? Think of the mulatto. So you have what had happened. The Arab invaders went into Sudan as when they were trying to take over the whole of Africa, because everybody has come after us. A gentleman earlier mentioned the fact that all these people went after us in our history. So we had the Arabs, the Indians, we had the Europeans. Only the Chinese never. Well, and that's kind of debatable, because they are saying in China, where there is proof of black civilization in China, in ancient China, they are saying that the blacks were pretty much eliminated in China back in the ancient, but there's a lot of antiquity where scholars have documented our presence in all these places, in Asia, as a matter of fact, because you're going to Japan, you're going to the Philippines. The original people in the Philippines was the Etina people, black people. Going to Cambodia, we can go all over the place in Asia. But the point I'm making, in Sudan, so the invaders, the Arab invaders, some of them, when they couldn't defeat the black African Bantu people, they married the African woman. So those children from that period until now, they have decided that they are better than the Bantu Africans, the pure Africans. You understand? So you have in places like Darfur region of Sudan, that these offspring, as I mentioned, the mixed race, the mixed black and Arab, they are fighting.
Hold it there, please. One moment, please.
You're listening to Pearl 106 FM. The time is now 4:30.
This is Livestock. How may I help?
You know them birds that we need that gun, but we know what them know say I need car.
Don't worry, sir. Crime Stop is privately funded and run by the Peaceful J. Everything reported here is anonymous. It's just like you're invisible.
What about the reward?
We provide cash rewards for information that leads to an arrest or recovery. We'll stash the cash wherever you like, so nobody will ever find out.
All right, me tell you. Make the call. Crime Stop 311. Solving crime pays.
Thanks for holding. Please continue.
Yes. So now, Dervan, what you have in the Sudan, so you have the blacks at the very bottom, the Bantu blacks, so that people understand the difference. I know it's superficial, because if you look at the blacks who calling themselves Arab in the Sudan, is no different than the shade of my skin and your skin. You would know the difference. But because they are offspring, that mixed offspring, they believe that they are better than the blacks in the Sudan. So what is happening? That sect that is fighting, they call them the RSF, they are being funded by the Arab rich oil sheikhs like the UEA. Those countries are fueling it. They're giving them arms and so on. Then in that mix is the US, which is always part of that proxy thing. Their proxies fueling. There's an important product that comes out of the Sudan called
Sorry, lost you for a moment there. You're saying it's
called the Gum Arabia. I might be mangling the pronunciation, but I think it's spelled GUMARBIA. Gum Arabia. It's a very important mineral that goes into pharmaceutical products that you can only get it out of the Sudan. that product is also, that gum Arabia is also put into Coca-Cola. You understand? That drink you have, the Coca-Cola. That product is essential for the taste of Coca-Cola. So you have these places in Africa where the black people are, the black lands.
Well, let's use the opportunity because it came out. Carol Boeth, upon hearing your voice and all that you are saying, asks, who is the gentleman speaking? Wow, he is so knowledgeable about our history. I would also like to add that European news outlets are attempting to discredit and remove authentic Black voices from the narrative, even in Israel, where these voices are vital in shedding light on the truth.
Thank you very much for that. Yes. So therefore, Dervan, what they are doing, because we have to educate our people about what is going on. And I come from the tradition of the Jamaica where Rastafarians was given all the knowledge, that we were told that these Rastas are idiots. You understand? And we, as Jamaican people, we would never have known nothing. We supposedly went to the best schools. Nothing. The gentleman earlier on talked about the Black consciousness of Black people. How can you have a country, right, that is overwhelming majority Black people, and there's nothing that is venerated about Blackness in Jamaican society? You don't even hear the Prime Minister. You don't hear the Prime Minister saying anything venerating Blackness, wanting to put history so that we understand our ourselves. Because let me say this to you, Dervan. Let me tell you this, whether we understand it. Those of us that jump up on church, I watch Donald Trump and these people in their paradise, right? They will put us back into slavery. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Right? Remember last week I came to you and I mentioned the plight of the Kenyan women in Lebanon. There's 200,000 African Black people in Lebanon right now. Their governments have all but abandoned them. The Turkish people, the Turkish government just sent a warship to take out their people out of there and the other countries. The African people, can you imagine? These are mothers, these are young girls, that they have been left under our puppet leadership in Africa. Because you've got to understand what is going on. It's not just wicked, those rulers that they put in there, that they're wicked, they are puppets put in there. When they overran Africa, Dervan, because they not tell with this, they might tell we lie about, would people sell us. It's a lie. When they finally overrun Africa with superior weapons, because the Africans never take them time to build weapons to murder people. You understand? And to mass slaughter people. That was not what the white explorers and the Arabian explorers, who when they went there in their diaries, them said they never see people so loving, so kind, so welcoming, and abundance. So what these people have been doing is that after they kill the freedom fighters, people like this woman, Queen Renavanola, I might be mangling her name a little bit, but you can always, do your stuff. Queen Renavanola of Madagascar, Black woman. That woman was trying to get the French, prevent them from taking over Madagascar, take over our country and colonize her. She appealed to the American government. You know how I know this story, Dervan?
Oh.
Guess how I know this story? I was visiting the Smithsonian Museum.
Oh.
And I saw the artifacts of the gifts that she gave to the President of the United States at the time.
Was
And
that
she was trying to court their friendship, thinking America was a friend, because America claims that at that time they were against imperialism and so on and so forth. You would not believe that America said that they were against imperialism. They said they were against European imperialism. So at the time, she tried to get help so that the French would not take over her country and run her out throughout our country. You go right down the line, all these black leaders. There was one queen in Zimbabwe that they murdered her. This is the African queen, the British, and had our body part, our head,
ouch?
our remain in the museum in London. You understand? This is where a lot of the leaders who fought weren't surrendering. So what they have done, they have put in all these puppet leaders across Africa. You understand? Today, listen to this, Zimbabwe. When Robert Mugabe decided he was going to give his people, take back the land that was taken from his people, Barack Obama slapped sanction on Zimbabwe. All of the successive governments, President since, slapped tighter sanctions on Zimbabwe and Mugabe. Mugabe is dead, and they still kept the sanction. And they tell him, say, listen, you are going to have to pay reparation to these these illegal landowners who had the land, these white farmers in Zimbabwe. And they told, you know, the lie they came with? They said that, oh, you Africans can't even, you can't farm. You don't know if you farm. Guess what, Dervan? Because if you read the business paper, you'll see, but you're not going to see it on regular. The Zimbabwean blacks, them that take over the farmland. They have been having successive record-breaking crop in Zimbabwe. Did you hear what I said to you, my brother?
Yeah.
And these liars put it all over the media. Say, oh no, they don't even know if it's a farm, you can't farm. Well, guess what? They have pressured the Zimbabwean people, locked them up with sanctions. Now, what thing you should know about Zimbabwe? Zimbabwe is the most educated Africans on the continent. They are very bright. They do very well scholastically across platforms, the Zimbabweans. So a lot of them ran to South Africa, right? Because South Africa, you know, have more development over there. And they have now forced the Zimbabwean government, this man, Managua, to pay reparations to the white farmers. Did you hear what I said to you?
Yeah.
In a 2024, this is the kind of justice these people believe in. So when we, you know, all of this as black people, what is the meaning of me telling all of this? It means you Jamaicans them down there, you spend all the time and show up on one another. I impress one another. I try to, instead of you try to develop the country and drag up your people, pull up your people, you impress them. But you know that you, Mr. Intelligentsia and Mrs. Intelligentsia on the island, you don't cut no dash on white people. They are not impressed with you. You know that. But you think it's all nice to go show up on your little Jamaican black people instead of helping them and pull them up and be lobbyists for them. You allow the government of Jamaica to give all the preferential treatment to people to come down and do retail business in Jamaica. Is that investment? Dervan, is that a technology transfer, Dervan, when you bring one set of foreign people come do retail in your country and you have people who can do retail in your country?
Oh, that's one side.
Dervan, huh?
One-sided approach.
Yes. No, wouldn't you? You have the the colleges down in Jamaica. You have them to do business, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could have worked with our higglers and our small, very small business enterprise people to bring them up to par, to bring them up, strengthen them, set up some loan situation where they can improve both the physical appearance. Look at that ugly market we have in Negril. So we bring tourists in that ugly looking place. Why we can't modernize it? I want to have the people in their cell. And these are Jamaican people. This is how you treat your people. And these are smart people. Because Dervan, let's look at something. Think of this. Do you know that those same higglers, so-called higglers, right? Those same higglers, do you know they go to foreign and negotiated prices that they came back to Jamaica and was able to beat these big legacy retailers in Jamaica? I'm telling you about something that when my first so-called foreign shoes that I bought in Jamaica was on the sidewalk. High quality shoes. And these people was able to go to foreign and negotiate prices, come back, pay duty, and still sell the shoes at affordable prices and their goods at affordable prices. Isn't that people that you need to invest in your people and scale them up?
Absolutely.
Scale up these Jamaicans. You bring in, how do you bring in? All right, you're borrowing and you need to exchange because trade is about exchange. But you give your entire retail sector to a group of foreigners and marginalize your own Jamaican people. Why are the markets them looking so dirty and filthy and unsanitary? I've been up into the
Hold a moment, please. We're gonna wrap in this segment because it's news at 5 coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45.
If you know I'm pop down and if it was my seat, I run with it. So don't make one open container. But let me read out under my ear. I'll shut them out, run them away. Cut them with this upper and down the way spray. Use mosquito, get that mosquito free. Protect your household, now make them come in. If you know I'm pop down and if it was my seat, I run with it.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. And Carol Boeth says she could sit here and listen to this gentleman all day. His insights are not only captivating, but are deeply informative. Every word she shares feels like a valuable lesson in our history and current affairs. What is his take on President Ibrahim Traore? Are you still there? Hello?
Yes. Okay. On President Traore of that's Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso have a very they're very cultural people. Beautiful music, by the way. The French. It is often said, Fanon, who was a philosopher, psychiatrist, he was from the island of Martinique, French colony of Martinique, which, by the way, the French have their feet on those people, don't pressing them. So we have colonialization right in the Caribbean. Now, the French have colonized those African countries that they call them, the Franco countries. And those countries, again, Gabon, Cameroon, all these Ivory Coast, all these French former colonized African people, Rwanda, was part of the was also a French colony at one point. The French have given them what is, and Guinea is also another. Mali, all these places. Beautiful people, beautiful music from Mali, mineral resources, uranium, all of these valuable minerals that the French gave them what is called a fake independence. All of these countries I mentioned, the French had their troops remaining in these countries while these countries were supposedly independent. In Burkina Faso, the land of the upright people, which is the name of it, there was a man called Thomas Sankara, young fellow. We didn't even know about him when we were living in Jamaica. That's how much news we really get. And he did a lot for his country. And he was assassinated by a gentleman who was a close agent of the French. And he became leader. So that country was underdeveloped. The French companies get the first right of refuse. You had to, listen to this, you had to put your reserve in the French bank. They created a phony money called the what they call it, it escapes me now. But you had to put the money, you were mandated. This is a Burkina Faso, to put the money inside of the French bank, and you had to borrow back if you want a part of the money. You have to borrow it at interest from the French. So the French had just puppet regimes there. There was a military coup. There has been many military coups, unfortunately, in Burkina Faso. This young, I think he's a captain. I think he was a captain in the armed forces. He's pretty young. He decided that enough was enough. The French had their troops in there claiming that they're keeping away insurgents, Al Qaeda, from taking over the country. Because what I should back up and say to you, Dervan, that one of the things, the African people, they were being attacked from all sides, wanted to get a piece of the action of the blacks in Africa because they were sitting on all this enormous God-given, whoever say want to believe in a God, and must God give them the wealth. So therefore, they were always a target. Because there was always that encroachment from the Muslims, the Arabs. So even within those African countries, like Burkina Faso, there's a set of people called the Torge people. It's a shame that I'm an African and I don't even know my own language, which is another thing. You need to, I hear that you're teaching language, they need to put an African language in Jamaica. Let's start with Amharic language from Ethiopia, or let's use Swahili. But you need to teach a African language in the country. It's 1.5 billion of our people over there, But anyway, so what they have done, when they had that war in Libya, the Libyan, after the Western powers armed these Muslim fanatics over there, they branched out into Burkina Faso. And people are saying that even though the French troops were in Burkina Faso, the Al Qaeda was attacking the people and pillaging, and they took one part of the country for themselves. Because this is what it's all about, to control the enormous resources of the African continent. So the Africans always have to be fighting, not just to protect themselves from the Europeans, but from the Arab invasions. Because remember, right up in Tanzania, the place called Zanzibar, right up Dervan to the modern days in the 20th century. That's when the people, the black people in Tanzania, Zanzibar, rose up and kick out the Arabs who was still practicing slavery right in Tanzania, Zanzibar in the 20th century. Can you imagine that? And we were told that slavery done in 1865 and so on and so on, 1864 and so on and so forth. These Africans, and listen to this, Zanzibar was being controlled by a place in Arabia called Oman. Oman.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? And of course, everybody used to ally against the Africans. So you had the Oman, them with the British, you understand? With the French, and they keep the black people down. It still is going on. So this young fella, he's trying Burkina Faso. He's trying now to kick the French out, and the French them not taking it easy. What they are doing now, they are trying to undermine his government. It's a military junta, right? And he's trying to stabilize the situation. The Russians, he has sought help from the Russians. The Russians them send mercenaries over there to help. But the instability continues because guess what? They have never come off of the back of black people. They have never. And let me tell you, black intelligence that cock up in Jamaica and think, wow, as long as we can watch TV and we can fly out and we can this, that, and we can big up here and whatnot, too bad to our brothers and sisters in Jamaica, in the wider Caribbean, and black people all over the world. But let me tell you, history have a way of repeating itself. Because I mentioned Queen Rena Banola of Madagascar. She went through hell because her brother was being friended. What they did, they used the divide and rule thing. Her brother thought that the French and the missionaries, the Catholic missionaries, that they were friends, that they were going to treat Madagascar friendly, that they didn't mean any harm. She knew, Queen Rena Banola knew that the French was trying to take over our country. And if you're you skip over into the Congo, the queen, the black woman queen, she begged the Belgium, she begged them, say, listen, we will follow your religion, but we want to keep our African religion, our African spirituality. And they said no. And of course, them banish her, right? So we need to understand that history is what I call a continuum. It never stops. It's a lie. These fools that tell you, what you want to know, what you know about that? History is more important than the Bible. You need to understand that, black people. Stop walking around blind. And as a society, as a small nation, all of you Jamaicans should be motivated to go into all these neighborhoods, pull down and help. You see all this nonsense where these politicians have these garrison community where the people that live behind these hot old zinc fence in this Caribbean island. You have this partition. Black people, let me tell you something, Dervan. Black people, you the intelligentsia, we are near all of the rich food from foreign that is giving cancer. I not drink the holy for pretty liquor that is giving them cancer in Jamaica. And you don't understand that there's a cancer cluster outbreak in Jamaica. It's because of the shift in lifestyle. Were you aware of that, Dervan?
No.
And let me tell you something. And I've done some anecdotal observation. And I realized Okay, so when I went to Canada,
All right, watch the clock because we're 3 minutes. Oh,
yes, I noticed that the native people, the First Nation people of Canada, that there was a weight problem, diabetes problem. Okay, when I got involved with the Seminole tribe of Florida, I noticed the same thing. These young women were obese and so on and so forth. Then I realized when I see like Indians, East Indians who came from India, who come down here, who came off the diet of the vegetable, so on and so forth, the obesity. And I realized that, and myself, when I started consuming the rich food, where you want to buy a whole ham, any time of the year. Remember, we only used to eat ham once a year. And all of these food, these rich food, these macaroni and cheese. And I realized what kind of problem and the alcohol, all of these alcohol, if you see the kind of chemicals stuff that going.
I'm afraid we're gonna have to leave it here. So sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we're
Thanks
out of
a lot,
time.
man.
Thank you.
Again for your indulgence and one love to Jamaican people. Jamaicans, must live better because you're a spiritual people, you're a special people, as the gentleman said, you're a peculiar people. And big up to the original Rastafarian people. Have a good day.
Take care. Thank you. Bye.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible. Power 106 FM now presents